G'day guys, Dave Lee here. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming release of Peter Pan as part of the Walt Disney Signature Collection on Blu-ray. Of course, this is a reissue of the movie on Blu-ray. It was previously released as part of the Diamond Edition 5 years ago in 2013. And every time Disney reissues one of these animated classics on Blu-rays, I'm always asked the same questions from Disney fans, and they are along the lines of, is it worth the upgrade? People want to know if they already have the previous edition, is it worth upgrading to the new edition? Or they want to know if they don't have an edition at all, should they just buy the new one? Or should they go back and track down the old one? Or should they buy both of them? So we're going to be taking a look at the specs from the new Signature Collection edition of Peter Pan. We're going to compare them back to the specs from the old Diamond Edition of Peter Pan. And by the end of this video, we should have some pretty comprehensive answers to all of those questions. Peter Pan will be released as part of the Walt Disney Signature Collection on Blu-ray on June 5th, 2018, and on digital platforms a week earlier on May 29th, 2018. On Blu-ray, the movie will of course be released as a standard edition in a slipcover, which will include a Blu-ray, a DVD, and digital code. And yes, that ugly multi-screen edition Watch Anywhere crap is still sticking around on the covers. Don't think I'll ever get used to it, but it is what it is, so I'll learn to live with it. I actually don't mind the artwork on the cover of this. I know a lot of people have problems with this. A lot of people have problems with the whole 3D animated looking characters on these covers, but I don't mind them. I think they're okay, and the Diamond Edition did it, and I'm just kind of used to that by now. I think this would be a really nice cover if it didn't have those ugly banners and advertising crap all over it, but sadly again, we're just going to have to get used to it and learn to live with it. Additionally, Target will release an exclusive storybook edition in this beautiful digibook packaging. This will include the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital code as well as a 32-page storybook. Honestly, I like the artwork better on the standard edition, but in comparison to the previous signature editions, I think I'd prefer this artwork on the standard edition because it does kind of feel more consistent with the other covers in the series. We all know that Disney and consistency don't exactly go hand in hand. It only took like 2 titles for them to screw up the consistency of this series. Look, I do wish that this was offered on the standard slip, but again, it's something we're just gonna have to deal with. Best Buy will also be releasing a gorgeous exclusive steelbook edition, and once again, it will include the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital code. Love the artwork on this. Is a really gorgeous steelbook. If I was into collecting the steelbooks, I would be grabbing this in a heartbeat. Additionally, it's worth noting that there will be a reissue of the movie's straight-to-home video sequel, which was issued on Blu-ray the first time Peter Pan was issued on Blu-ray, so yes, we're getting a reissue of this one right here. It will be exclusively to the Disney Movie Club. It will be complete with a Blu-ray, DVD, and a digital code. This will also be available from June the 5th, 2018. First up, let's briefly discuss the transfer of the movie on this Blu-ray. Some may be under the impression that this will be a new restoration of the movie. Fact is, all these movies were given very extensive scans when they were originally released on Blu-ray. Some, I believe, were even scanned at 4K, meaning there's really no reason for them to create yet another restoration of this movie for this release. So that said, the transfer featured on this edition will be exactly the same as that on the original Diamond Edition. This new disc is also set to feature the exact same DTS HD 7.1 surround soundtrack. I also wouldn't be surprised to see the original mono track from the movie's original theatrical release being included on the disc as an option as well. Okay, with that out of the way, let's take a look at what is actually new to this set, and of course that does come in the form of a few brand new special features. Of course, whenever Disney re-releases a movie on Blu-ray or DVD or whatever, they do like to throw in a couple of new special features there, just to try and entice in the old collectors to do another double dip or whatever. Over the years, unfortunately, these special features have been becoming more and more lazy and less substantial. Let's take a look at what the Peter Pan Signature Collection edition has in store for us. Firstly, of course, we're getting another edition of Stories from Walt's Office. These are short featurettes which are exclusive to the Signature Edition line. This one is called Walt and Flight. The description reads here, we'll soar into the world of one of Walt's favorite pastimes and look at the history behind the company airplane he used to scout Central Florida, looking for the perfect place to build his second theme park. I do enjoy these special I do enjoy these stories from Walt's office featurettes, but they're usually not too substantial. They're usually only around 8 minutes or so long. This one does sound fairly interesting and something that I haven't exactly seen covered in detail in the past. I mean, not that 8 minutes is really in depth, but it will be kind of interesting to take a look at. So I'm kind of looking forward to this one, even if it is kind of on a little bit of a niche topic and maybe a little bit of a stretch for the Peter Pan release. Certainly the most interesting new special feature on here is called A Darling Conversation with Wendy and John. Join Disney legend Kathryn Beaumont, the voice of Wendy, and Paul Collins, the voice of John, as they reunite for the first time in many years to reminisce and discuss their experiences working on Peter Pan, meeting Walt Disney, and learning to fly literally. This one sounds really, really, really fantastic, and I am holding on to dear life that the runtime of this is, around 20 to 30 minutes to do this one justice. And if it is, I would say that this special feature sounds like the one that would make this set worth the price of admission alone. However, the pessimistic or the realistic side of me tells me that this is probably only going to be like a 10-minute feature. If that, unfortunately so. Watch this space. I'm really hoping that this is going to be something really, really special. We also get a couple of fluffy karaoke features, a new karaoke rendition of You Can Fly, and a new karaoke rendition of Never Smile at a Crocodile, which of course is a deleted song from the movie. These karaoke things, again, they're just fluffy pieces that they throw in there to pad out the new special features, to make it look like they are offering you more than they actually are offering you. I think they're a waste of space. I think these would be better off without them. If I wanted to watch the songs with the lyrics on the screen, I would just go into the scene selection of the movie and put the subtitles on. This disc also offers a plethora of legacy special features, basically special features which have been ported across from the Blu-ray and DVD editions of the past. Let's take a look at what we'll be getting on this disc. There's a great audio commentary on here, introduced by Walt Disney, some substantial making of features, though I do wish they'd offer some newer making of documentaries. There's a ton of deleted scenes and deleted songs. It also includes one of my favorite Disney documentary pieces, which is Growing Up with 9 Old Men, which features interviews with the children of the studio's original animators. It's actually produced and directed by one of them. This is carried over from the previous release and runs for 40 minutes. So that's pretty substantial. The good news here is that this hasn't been advertised as digital only, making me think that unlike some of the original signature releases, these will actually be on the disc. Of course, these things can often change between announcement and release, but for now we can be happy assuming that these will all be included on the disc. I don't know why they couldn't include them all on the disc, as these were all included on a single disc for the original Diamond release. More good news is that there are no digital exclusive special features listed for this release, which means those who don't have access to digital download or those who are importing this disc aren't missing out on anything. So that's a big 2 thumbs up. And in even better news, probably the best news to come out of this entire announcement, is that this new edition of Peter Pan will be including every single special feature that was included on the original Diamond Edition release, which is absolutely fantastic. Of course, there are just a couple of exceptions, but these are just really fluffy pieces that I don't think anyone's really going to miss. Those are, of course, Disney Intermission, which were, if you pause the movie at any point during the film, it allowed younger viewers to tackle pirate training. It was like a little game, a series of tips, mini activities, and video clips helmed by the first mate, Jolly Rogers. Basically something to keep the kids entertained when you pause the movie. It's also going to be missing as a bunch of trailers for once upcoming Disney Blu-ray and theatrical releases. These were topical when the original movie was released on Blu-ray, but they're not topical now. So good riddance, get them off the disc, make more room for some other stuff to be on the disc. This really is such welcome news, because in the past, these Signature Collection editions have either dumped hours worth of special features so you couldn't view them at all unless you had the old disc or you went and tracked down the old disc, or would relegate old special features down to digital only, which meant only those who had digital access could view them, and they weren't on the disc. I like my special features being on the hard copy of the disc itself. Okay, so this brings us to our questions. Let's start, of course, with, if you don't own this movie on Blu-ray at all, do you go out and buy the new Signature Collection edition, or do you go and try and track down an old edition of this movie on Diamond Edition? Well, the answer to this one is actually very, very easy, and probably the easiest decision to make of all of these Signature Collection editions so far. My suggestion is, by the Signature Collection edition. Considering this set includes the exact same transfer of the film, literally every substantial special feature from the previous sets, and a small handful of new ones, this is a really great alternative for those who missed out on the Diamond Edition, and you can buy this without the fear of missing out on any of the great older stuff. Extra bonus is that these all appear to be on the disc too. If you're in the market to buy this movie for the first time, then there's absolutely no reason you need to track down the old Diamond Edition copy or buy both of them unless you really hate that multi-screen crap on the cover. My advice, even though I do hate that multi-screen edition crap on the cover, just live with it and save yourself some cash. For those out there who already have the Diamond Edition, is it worth the upgrade? I personally will be grabbing the new edition, as I most certainly am a completist, and any offerings of Disney history documentaries I can get my hands on, I definitely will. However, I'm going to be saying, is it worth the upgrade? Absolutely not. Unless you are a real Disney or Peter Pan fanatic, enthusiast, completist like myself, I honestly don't think it's worth the purchase if you already own the movie. Really, you're getting the exact same product with a worse cover and a very small selection of really random special features. The only exception to this would be if the conversation with Kathryn Beaumont and Paul Collins turns out to be something really substantial, then I may end up changing my view on this. And that brings us to the end of another video. I hope I have answered all of your questions and you now know whether you're going to be going out and buying a new Signature Collection edition or you're going to be sticking with the original Diamond Edition or getting them both. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below what you're going to be doing with this particular release. If this is your first time viewing my channel, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like this in the future, then please hit that big old subscribe button up on your screen right now and hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check out my many social media accounts and please consider supporting me over on Patreon. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope I'll see you all again soon. Until next time, take care and I hope you have a wonderful day.